Hey Randy, what's up? Let's see if I can. It says to go this way. Hey now. Let's wait for a couple more people to come in here.
Yeah, it's your last day.
She is resting comfortably. So we're just taking some time off the trail. Um, when was that?
We've been on trail for 4 days now.
Yeah, this is the fourth day. But we're gonna get off the trail eventually to for the dog, and then to visit some relatives for point 0.7, and it just worked out. We got them all thrown together in one shot. So tomorrow we're going to be back on trail and going to be going where we left off, close to Four Pines Hostel, and then head north and hit McAfee Knob, Tinker Cliffs, and looks like the next couple of days are going to be pretty cold. But we're very anxious to get back on trail. We've had enough. We've had enough couch time. Hi from Williamsport. Hey, Amanda, how's it going? Hi, Derwin. Yeah, that light's kind of bright back there. I don't know if we could kill just that light.
No, but
Let me try something here. I could probably sit right where it's at. There, we could do this. My first time doing this, so I'm a rookie.
better.
Hey, my left thumb, Randy, Aaron, how you doing? How you doing, Dan? Yeah, it's gonna be cold. It's really crazy weather. Yeah, one day it'll be warm as could be, and the next day you're freezing. It's somehow I'm missing my thermal leggings, and all I have is my shorts. So I went and bought some thermals today because it's supposed to get pretty cold. So we'll see how that goes. Hey now, let me see what we got here. Nothing wrong with section hiking, that's for sure. Yeah, that coming down the Dragon's Tooth was a little dicey in spots. Everybody we've talked to in different sections have said that oh, it's either it's real easy or there's no problem. Ever since Georgia, we've been told this is the hardest section you'll have, and none of it's been right since. We've had some pretty dicey things go down on the trail, especially with coming off Dragon's Tooth was probably the trickiest so far, but it wasn't too bad. We had some laughs as we were told it was going to be so easy, just a couple spots here and there, but it's pretty sketchy in spots. Thanks, Eric. Hey, Matt. Hi, Finn and Liam. Hope everything's good back home. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have pretty good weather. The only thing is going to get a little cold, but we can deal with cold. We can deal with rain. We can deal with wind. We just don't want to hit cold rain or real bad winds, and don't want to get any hypothermia, that's for sure. Jenny asked about Lyme. My Lyme has been cleared up. It was really weird. When I walked into the urgent care, the lady that looked at my foot, the nurse said she worked in dermatology, never saw anything like it. And the doctor came in, and the first thing he said was, "You got Lyme disease." And I was really skeptical, but the more I talked with him, and it turned out that's probably what it was. And without getting all the big fancy tests and throwing a ton of money at it and going off of his recommendation and taking the antibiotics, everything cleared up and everything's been fine. So we're just dealing with the normal aches and pains. If anybody's got any issues, it's 0.7 with her feet. She's been battling a little plantar fasciitis, and she did a good number on her ankle the other day. Derwin and Faye, how you guys doing? Miss you guys. We didn't get to the knob yet. We're hopefully tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we'll be at Kathy tomorrow.
Tomorrow we'll do that, and then it'll be the Tinker Cliffs.
That'll be the same day.
Yeah, we're excited to do that.
The winds were too bad the other day.
Yeah, we didn't want to get up on that ledge and get blown off because it was super, super windy. That day we were gonna hit the trail for just a few miles, and then the wind was so high, and we want to be able to enjoy it, so we decided to and everything just fell into place with the weather and the things that we had going on and the commitments we had to do, so it just worked out great. Somebody says, "Hey, 0.7, nice to see you."
Okay, sorry, I'm not a talkative one like Bart.
Oh, cool. Somebody's watching from a primitive site in Florida. Cool. Yeah, I was in that section. Walter said about by Harper's Ferry. I did some sections in West Virginia and Maryland, and of course PA. But I know once we get into West Virginia, it'll tame down a little bit, and then until we get, I'm not really familiar with anything outside of PA going north, so, but we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, I have some compression socks at home too for the plantar fasciitis, but I should have brought them.
How many more miles in Virginia? Well, we're about a third of the way through.
I think so.
It's about a third. I think there's 550 some miles ish, and it's a long state. It's a beautiful state, but everybody says, everybody has an opinion of the trail, and each time we hit a section, oh, you just finished the hardest section, and it's going to get a lot easier from there, and then we'll hit it, and we're like, sometimes you just have to laugh because there's no easy spots on the trail. There's some parts that aren't as bad, but there's no easy spots. Yeah, 0.7 keeps me in line sometimes. My feet are doing better. PA rules, Packers stink, go Eagles. Well, I hear that a lot being in PA, so there's nothing new there. They did choke in the Super Bowl. I don't know. Rod sounds like Rodgers might be leaving. I don't know. I haven't really been keeping up with all that. I've been out of the news pretty much. Yeah, we got a long ways to go. Seth, how's it going, buddy? How's the chicken wings? They ain't cutting it. I can tell you that. We were at Buffalo Wild Wings the other night, and they brought them out. I almost cried. I can't wait to get to kicking Cadillacs. But yeah, we've been making when you're on trail, any food tastes good though. Um,
We're starting back up at mile 705, so it'll take us about 2 days to get to 732 for the third mark.
yeah, from what I've seen, from what I have looked at on the map, it looks like we'll be weaving in and out of Virginia and West Virginia for a while until we get to the end of Virginia, and then we're in. I think we're only in West Virginia for like 4 miles. It's not that long, and then you're. I think it's right around Keys Gap is where I hike to, and then you're close to Maryland, and then before you know it, we'll be in PA, and I can't imagine Maryland have being too hilly. Yeah, I can't wait to get to the White Mountains. It's a little anxious about it because I know it's the real deal. But by the time we get there, we should be pretty much prepared for what everything's been thrown at us.
No.
Not saying that we're good hikers, but
the AT tries to kill me on a daily basis.
Sometimes you just gotta laugh because the rocks and the roots, and just when you don't expect it, it tries to get you. Let's see here. Trying to read these things here. Hey guy, how you doing, buddy? Hope things are going good in the mountains. I was just telling everybody about that view off your deck looking into that canyon. It's absolutely beautiful. Hopefully we'll be up there this fall. I live in PA and I wonder why other states don't have rocks. Oh, they do. We hit a ton of rock the other day. You get up on top of the mountain, just about every mountain has rocks. It's not just PA. PA has their fair share of them, but we've hit quite a few rocks, especially in Virginia, I would say, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, the last couple days we had a lot of rocks.
Setting up my pack, really hard pressed to be under 50 pounds with food. How do I keep my weight down better? My biggest problem was food, and it still is. You'll find out when you get on trail what you need and what you don't need. I weighed my pack the other day, and it's right around 40, and that was full load out, and it's comfortable for me. I have no problems carrying it, but if I'm heavy, it's because of food. And when you first start, you're definitely not going to be as hungry. And once you get going, you will definitely eat a lot. The other day, we each had a pizza and a whole bunch of other stuff. And you'll get hiker hunger. But you'll find out what you need and what you don't.
Yeah, and I would go through your pack and really look at what do you need. And you're going to notice within your first week, if you haven't used it, you aren't going to need it. So you can end up sending most of that home.
Rocks are great. They can be. They can be. But when they're small, pointy, and there's so many of them, that's all you step on is the pointy rocks. If you don't have good shoes, you're going to have a bad time. But I mean, if you have decent shoes, you can go right over the top of them. But you got to pay attention because you'll twist your ankle real quick. And a lot of them move. That's our experience, my experience anyway. You had some issues the other day with that.
Turn the phone toward you more.
It's kind of hard to do because it won't let me flip the phone for some reason. Yeah, I was tried to rotate it, but it won't let me rotate it. I don't know if it's because of the way the YouTube is or what. I'm a rookie at this, but see it won't let me do it. Probably because this thing's a dinosaur. Seth, how does your hike compare to bear drives? Quite similar sometimes. There was a few times the rhododendron got us absolutely drenched because it had snowed, and then if it rains just a little bit, you know how it is. Rhododendron's a lot bigger than mountain laurel, and it's gotten us quite a few times. There's a lot of times that the trail's pretty angled and it's tough to walk on.
Critters other than deer, chipmunk, squirrel,
Grouse.
Nothing, no bear yet, no snakes.
Stay tuned. I'm sure it's all coming.
A lot of ticks.
Yeah, a lot of ticks. At a karaoke, would you rather sing Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera? I'd probably jump off the side of the roof if I had to listen to either one of them.
We saw a dead skunk.
Yeah, skunks. Yeah, I didn't see it, but she saw it.
I'm pretty sure it was a dead skunk.
Sometimes I put my head down. There's a couple times I almost ran into her. If she's in front of me and we're hiking, I just put my head down and go. And if she stops, I'm not paying attention. I look up and I'm like, whoa, I've hit tree branches already. I just put my head down and go sometimes. Green feet outdoor. Well, thanks. It is a lot of work to do the videos. But the more I do it, the more it's tough. And you know, down days, a lot of times we really don't do much. We're just trying to relax and don't really get much footage. I have one to upload for the last 3-4 days, but there's not much on there. I just took some pictures and stuff, but try to capture as much as I can, at least the neat stuff to, you know, for future reference to look back at it, because so many people have done it, and you know, they look back and you got these pictures that are old, faded, and losing color, and you can't make it out, and now it'll just be pixelated and distorted. And
which trail town is your favorite and why?
Which town is your favorite town and why?
When it comes to local eaters, what's the most meal you think you've had so far?
I think Damascus was pretty cool. I mean, they all been really neat. Some are a little bit bigger than others, but Damascus was neat. And it was neat to spend some time with Faye and Derwin, and going out to eat at some of the places, and the brewery. That was pretty cool. But they've all been pretty neat in their own way.
As far as local eateries, I think the best meal so far has been the barn and Rural Retreat. They had some good food.
That was good. That's where we both ordered 2 full meals.
What was that? Sweetwater?
Sweetwater, yeah. Right there where you turn to go to 81. That was good. That was really good. Well, that barbecue place we stopped at too with Faye and Derwin was good.
That was really good.
Bluegrass barbecue.
Once the hiker hunger kicks in, all food is good.
You even look forward to eating your pack food. Going back for trail days, I don't know. I kind of doubt it. Things change on a daily basis, though. Sometimes on an hourly basis. So I wouldn't totally rule it out, but being the dates that they are and the things that we got going on and where we'll be, I think it might just be too much logistically. Gary Whalen, what's going on, Big G? Yeah, he's from down in that area, so he's real familiar with all that area. He grew up down there. Neat area. Favorite trail food? I don't know about that one. Yours has got to be coffee.
Okay. Coffee with my nutty bars.
I don't know. I'm a sucker for peanut butter and jelly on a tortilla. I don't know why. I mean, it's so basic, but it's and jalapeno Cheetos. I gotta have them. Now I am gonna haul out some rice, some refried, some dried refried beans, and some taco seasoning, and then put some Fritos in there. See how that goes. I hope I like it because I got quite a bit of it. Blackberry ice cream at Skyland and Shenandoah. We'll have to keep that in mind. If there was a bicycle race between E.T. and Lance Armstrong, who would?
See, Jenny, last year I brought a little tiny pan with me that weighed next to nothing, and I made burgers and everything on trail, pancakes every morning. We did all kinds of stuff on trail. This year, I just brought my cup, so not doing too much. I carry kielbasa out once in a while just for something different.
Ooh, grilled cheese and tomato soup. That's a good idea. Yeah, we get along pretty good. We hike about the same speed, distance-wise. I mean, we both from northern Wisconsin, got a lot of things in common. It just worked out really well. We were very fortunate to be able to hike together.
And not that we haven't cussed each other, even under our breath for, wanting to stop or not wanting to stop.
Yeah. Yeah, it works out pretty good. Have it run in the fresh ground. I don't think we will.
Well, we'll be in the Shenandoah soon, Aaron, so we'll have to try that pie.
Has 0.7 hiked the AT before?
I've tried twice. 2020, I had to get off because of the ATC asking everyone to stop. I got off in rural retreat. And last year, I got off right here because my husband and I both got Lyme's. So
this year it was my turn to get it, but I guess it affected you guys a lot worse.
We didn't catch it.
You just had the fatigue.
Yeah, joint pain, fatigue.
Thanks, Jenny. Wishing us luck. Third time is a charm. I hope so. That's where.
Yep.
It's gonna take a lot to get us off trail, man. It's not like it hasn't tried already.
Every day the AT tries to kill me in some way.
We've been through a lot already.
Oh, definitely predator.
The dog, where's the dog? The dog's right behind me. The dog's name is Raya. Hey now, Happy Chappy, what's going on, buddy?
Hi, Chappy. We sprayed everything we had with permethrin again when we were at Angel's Rest.
Yeah, we both started out with permethrin, and then we hit it again, and ticks are bad. They're real bad. I mean, you'll get frost and ice on things in the morning, by the afternoon you see ticks.
No, the dog's not going all the way. She's going home.
It is cool hiking with the dog, but it's hard because you don't want to. I mean, especially a smaller dog, you don't want to wear the dog out. If I had my dog on the trail, she could go about. She used to do 13. Now she's only good for 7. Now I don't think she'd be able to hike.
Yeah, you have to hike the dog's hike.
Yeah. Other than Katahdin, what are you looking forward to the most? I don't know. Anxious to see what every state has to offer, really. I haven't seen many of the states north of PA. I'm really anxious to see that. Real excited about seeing every state, really.
mice in the shelters haven't been too bad. I had the one that was eating my oatmeal, and I've had one eat one of my towels. But other than that, they really haven't been bad. Last few shelters, we haven't had any mice that we've noticed.
Yeah, early on we had a couple scurrying around in the night, but nothing. The zombie mice haven't come out yet.
Her paw is fine. She had just pushed it a little bit the one day, so we let her go off, and then she wasn't getting enough attention, so she likes to pretend it's hurt so she can get more snacks and attention. Because she doesn't get snacks on a regular basis. Her treats, those are for special or at the end of the day, and she wanted more treats.
Miss Cindy Main. Yeah, I know who said that. And tell John that I can get him one of these shirts for Christmas if he really wants one. I've been getting a lot of slack for it. It's a Jolly shirt. He through hiked a bunch of times and he created these shirts for hikers. And I was gonna get one, but they were a little pricey. And then when my shirt was so bad I couldn't stand it, and the smell was permanently in it. We were at an outfitter. It wicks sweat so fast. It's got a hood. It is nice. They got some wild colors though.
That's awesome, Jim. Like, you guys are gonna try to do the flip-flop. Well, you said Sobo, but it sounds more like you're gonna do a flip-flop if you're starting in Harper's Ferry.
That's awesome. Do you still use the privies? We use them as much as we can when they're around, but it's not something that you have to use or that we religiously wait for one. Sometimes when you gotta go, especially after a mountain house meal.
Hammock's holding up great because he hasn't been in it.
Hammock's doing good. It's gonna get a lot more use. The only thing that really disappointed me was the wind. It is so stinking windy, and putting that thing up during the wind, it's like a parachute. You can't even. You put stuff in the hammock and it's sticking out sideways. If it's zipped open, stuff's flying out of it. I mean, we've hit some serious wind already. It's hard in the wind, and then forget about the tarp in the wind. I've already been whipped by the guy line so many times. And then in the rain, it's fine, but when you're packing up, the sil nylon holds so much water. It's when I'm rolling it up, it's just like wringing out a washcloth. So it's more of a pain than anything, but with the tarp when it's raining. But if they're calling for a lot of rain or high winds, we usually shoot for a shelter. It's just a lot easier and get out earlier and quicker.
Optimus Grime is doing the PCT right now. He just sent videos the other day when he started.
When did you two meet up on the trail and begin hiking together? We were talking a little bit online before January 1st, and we met January 1st at Amicalola Falls registering. And then when we took off, I guess we didn't catch up with each other until we hit around the Bend Hostel. And then pretty much ever since then, we've been hiking together. At first, we both agreed that we shouldn't be. I mean, we went early and we were pretty much had nobody else hiking around us, and it wasn't safe. We didn't, either one of us, think to hike through the Smokies alone. So we were going to at least do that, and then it just turned out that it works out so good together. We'll probably make her all the way unless something happens, which hopefully nothing will.
Everybody's attention. She thought somebody was here.
Dog thought somebody was here. Yeah, the shirt does pack very small. It's very light. I mean, you could be sweating like crazy, and within minutes it's dry. It is a nice shirt. They're expensive though. It does not hold the stink. That's the problem my other one had. It was supposed to be moisture wicking, and it stank so bad I couldn't get the smell out of it. Yes.
did see that about Pink Hot Dog.
Yeah, I'm anxious to meet him. He's got to be getting close. I'm anxious to meet him. I saw some of him through some of Hawk's videos last year, and yeah, anxious to meet him. I guess he's hiking. I don't think his wife's hiking with him. I think it might just be him. If I go to ground, what air mattress do I use? I use a Neo Air X-Lite. And I basically only use that when I'm in a shelter.
Oh.
And you have, you just have a...
I just have a foam.
Foam folded up. It's like a Z seat, like a Z pad.
And Jenny, no.
Yeah, no.
We're both married to different people. So
yeah, we're just good friends. It works out well. You should share your tag numbers. She's number 2 and I'm number 3.
And while we were at Fort Pines, we were with number 4. He is in a van and with his 2 German Shepherds and just hiking back and forth to try to get the trail done.
Pete says, "Are we having? Am I having that?" Well, she's Packer fan too. Are we having nightmares about the Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets?
No.
See ya. Time to move on.
He is ready to go.
You know, that's the route Favre went. Didn't work out too good for him. I mean, I wish him well, but I don't know. I'm getting tired of football lately. More into hockey lately than anything. Good luck, Jim, on the roller coaster.
Let's see if we're doing it. They're not sure. Yeah, I'll probably have a hard time making it because, well, I smoke too much, and I hate uphills.
She's quicker on the downhill. She's like a gazelle. I'll be way ahead of her, and all of a sudden I'll hear this noise, and I'm shocked. She's right on my heels, nipping, and then she's gone. On the uphills, the rolls are sometimes reversed. She's getting a lot quicker on the uphills, though.
Definitely be Jen. Although the one day he was running downhill and almost ran me over. I had to jump off the side.
Yeah, that was just because I had so much momentum. If I had an air horn, I would have pulled it. What is something on the trail that you saw that you weren't expecting? Nothing really too crazy. The one time I was running down the hill pretty good. We were slack packing, and it was a gradual downhill, and it was pretty open. Then it got really narrow, and I was weaving in and out of these green tunnels, and I was moving pretty fast. And I came around a corner, almost stepped on a grouse, and it took off. It was pretty close, and it was neat to see it fly down through the trail, through the opening. That was pretty wild. Had my pole stuck on a squirrel's tail. Wasn't looking, and my pole started moving real crazy, and I looked down, and it was on a squirrel's tail, and flipped him out as much as it did me. Black Forest Trail, I've hiked part of it. That's pretty cool up there. I love it up there. Yeah, I've been on the old Loggers Path. I did the Loyal Sock Trail. Loyal Sock Trail was tough. It was beautiful, but it was tough. Hi to Charles in Alabama. Thank you. How frightening was the Raya bulge shelter? The emergency situation. It was cold. It was cold.
It was not as bad.
It wasn't as
they
bad as
said.
it was cold though, and it was snowy. But we didn't want to push on to the next shelter because we didn't know. I mean, the weather that they called for and the weather it was just so far off, and I just wasn't expecting it. I actually had to put pants on that night, one or two times.
But we did wake up with snow on us, even with the tarp.
It was blowing so bad. It was coming in the between the eave and the side of the shelter and in the front. It's crazy.
Rhea, do you want another treat?
Google review on our bathroom stays. Yeah, it's been and that seems to be a pattern lately.
I will definitely give Newfound Gap a 10 out of a 10.
Yeah, that's thumbs up. Getting out of that weather, not freezing. Average daily mileage. Oh, we can get some good miles in now. I mean, I mean,
for all the zeros we've taken, we're still at an average of 10.3 miles a day, and we've taken a lot of zeros. But we're going anywhere with 15 to 20.
Yeah, and if we slack pack, we could really put on the miles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could do 20 with our packs too. This shirt, it's a Jolly shirt. You can get them anywhere, any outfitter. You can even go to jollyshirt.com or something like that. If you do a Google search, you'll find it.
Come on.
Our favorite trail magic. All I could say is probably Faye and Derwin.
Yeah.
They are such great people. They've helped us out a lot, and such great people. We've become really good friends, and it's going to last a lot longer than just being on the trail. I think our first trail magic was
our very first was the toe warmers.
We had toe warmers, and then we had Emoji gave us some snacks and some Gatorades, and then we had somebody give us a Peak Fuel packet. We split that, and then
a beer.
We found a beer to shelter. We found some whiskey too, but that was open, and we didn't mess with that. That's been pretty neat. I mean, I'm sure it's not as prevalent as some of the ones going north right now, but it's all good. We knew it was going to be a lot more scarce being the time that we left, but it's not a priority. Any kind of help is we're thoroughly grateful for. Not expected, but greatly appreciated.
Our highest mile day is 26.4 when we did the marathon for Bear Garden. Well, the slack packing helps bring our average up, Jim. Without the slack packing, we probably wouldn't be averaging, I think when I checked, the 10.3 miles a day. We'd probably be doing a little bit less, but every time we slack pack, we try to do at least 20 to, well, the 26 was the highest, but we try not to do less than 20 when we slack pack, other than with Dragon Tooth, we only did the 15 something.
When are we going to announce our plans to yo-yo? Well, I did find a yo-yo, but I don't think that's going to happen. Unless we can't get rides, we're not going to probably yo-yo. That's that's props to people who do that. That's
I got to be back to Wisconsin and go to work for my son. What?
Who's here? What do you see? Do you want to go for a walk? She's done walking.
This is your last treat.
Yeah, we're not trying. I mean, we've had northbounders. Jim was talking about having plenty of time to smell the roses. We're not trying to be the first ones to summit or uh, get these big mile days and night hike and miss all these views. We're taking plenty of breaks, stop and take pictures. We're going to do more of stopping at the overlooks and taking some time and enjoying it, and just want to soak it all in and enjoy the journey.
Yeah, it's not about rushing, it's about enjoying it. It's about the adventure. Stopping at these hostels and meeting the people and everything else.
What did I do to train? I didn't do a whole lot of training. I hike a lot every day, but I would go do some hikes with my full
You're not
pack
getting any more.
and
No.
just doing a lot of walking. I mean, nothing. It doesn't matter what you do to prepare. You're still gonna have. It's 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 an eye opener, but the trail will slowly break in. I mean, you start out slow, and once you get used to it, I started out and I got blisters on my feet that I never get blisters before, and then they got better, hardened up, and now I don't really get blisters. And I mean, you just get used to the miles. Weather next couple days. Oh, there's Dina.
Yeah.
How you doing, Dina? Love you, miss you. Weather the next couple days is going to be cold in the morning. I think you're calling for lows in the
The
in
25
the
tomorrow for a low and 39 mile an hour wind.
so that could be a little chilly, but we can handle cold. Like I said, we can handle cold. We can handle rain, but we don't want them both together. Target finish line
Hoping for the end of June.
2023. Yeah, I don't want it to drag out too long, but my birthday's in August. I think we should be done by August.
Who snores the loudest? It's a toss up. It depends on the day.
I think I win that one. I've already ran some guys out. I ran a gentleman out of a hostel one night.
He did. No serious injuries.
How much has the weight of your packs changed since the start of the AT to now? Mine's gone down. I mean, you can't get any heavier. Well, you can, but when I packed my pack for the first time, it was 80 pounds, and I think when I left, it was 47. There were some times it was over 50, and hers is like picking up a feather. Well, you're sitting at around
27 before I did a resupply. My bag usually weighs about 30 to 32 depending on what I get for my resupply.
My buddy Seth, I said I tried to kill him when we went up to Stony Creek. Yeah, that's when he just retired, and we went for a good walk, and I'm glad I didn't have to carry you. He's a big guy. Oh, that'd be cool if we could meet you in Connecticut. What kind of meds?
Med kits.
What med kits? Oh, trauma kit. I don't think you need that.
I carry a Band-Aid, super glue, and a couple aspirin. That's the extent of my
I have some duct tape, and I have a tie wrap. I do have a couple gauze bandages, but that's about it as far as medical. And I had the whole medical kit and everything, and that was one of. I mean, I didn't leave with it, but it came out eventually. But I had everything you can imagine in there: survival, hiking, you name it.
Oh, I definitely shoot myself at a cannonball.
For $10,000, That would be just to hold my beer.
Yes, I carried the dog's food. Usually about 5 pounds of it to last for 4 to 5 days because they're a lot hungrier.
Yeah, you don't need much for a med kit. I mean, the biggest thing you're going to need is stuff to take care of your blisters if you get blisters. Other than that, I mean, it's nothing that is going to be where you can't wait to town to get it if you need it. Pete, you got some cool questions. I have to laugh when I read some of those. That's funny. All right, hold on a second. My eyes are going absolutely crazy. That's my age showing up.
This is my med kit. It's got my Q-tips, a safety pin, 2 Band-Aids, a Neosporin, super glue, and
Claw cutters.
yep, and Q-tips because nothing worse is than being on the trail without a Q-tip.
Yeah, I have a little bit of KT tape and I have some Leuco tape, and then I have some duct tape wrapped around my poles, but and you want to keep it as light as possible, and you'll still have problems with weight. I mean, I do. It's a never-ending issue. Have you seen any bears yet? Nope, not yet. I'd like to. Heck, I can't find them hunting, but I seem to find them when I'm hiking, but I haven't seen them on the AT yet. On this AT trip, I've seen them on the AT before.
Yes, we've heard it. Grandma Gatewood.
Well, we got plenty of medical issues.
There's just not a lot you need on trail.
Yeah, trail-wise, you really don't run into. I mean, I have my meds that I have to bring along, but you really don't need anything. Imagine going out in the woods for the day, taking a hike, and then just do that every day, and then like every 2-3 days, once you start hiking mileage, you can be in a town every 2 to 3 days. So if you need it, you can get it, but unless something serious happens, you're not gonna need it. And if something serious does happen, I mean, it's not going to be worth carrying anyway because the chances of that happening.
Yeah, if we can get to town if we need stuff for poison ivy or anything. No point in carrying it if we don't need it. And dog's name is Raya.
And you can buy multi-purpose stuff for poison ivy, like they make that Burt Bees stuff that's good for just about everything. Rashes, blisters, poison ivy. I don't know about toothache.
I don't do a lot of hiking. I've tried to hike this twice before, but during the summers I don't have any time because I work all the time.
We have not seen MC Hammer on the trail this year, but we have busted out some moves. Have you been able to monetize YouTube? I tried messing with it, but it really, unless you have like a massive following like some of these really popular people do, it's not really worth it. I'm doing it more just for my memory, and instead of making 20 phone calls a day and everybody asking me, hey, how'd it go, what'd you do, da 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 da, here's a video and everybody can see it. Do I carry any kind of weapons? I have a really small neck knife and my toenail clippers and my poles. It's about the only thing for weapons. I had a little small thing of pepper spray. It went home. It was too hot for my food. Another YouTuber swears by butt paste. Yeah, I'm sure that stuff's good. There's so many things out there you can use for your feet, for chafing. You could take Vaseline. You can use Vaseline for chafing or rashes. Plus, you could use it to start fires. I mean, there's so many. There's no wrong answer. I mean, there's so many different things you can use.
Derwin, he's already got one pair of new shoes. His lasted about 500 miles.
Oh, that was more like 350. And I
Oh,
could have worn them a little
Gatlinburg,
bit.
you got it, didn't
I
you?
could have used them a little bit more, but there was a hole in the side, and the tread was getting bad. So I had a pair sent to me at what was that? That was Boots Off. No, it wasn't Boots Off. Where the heck did I have them shipped to? One of the hostels.
Uncle Johnny's? Was that it?
That was it. Uncle Johnny's. Yep. I'm planning on about 400 to 500 miles per pair of shoes. How's my sister's drinking game going? I think she started looking into rehab. I'm surprised she's not on here yet. Have I switched to the Catadine water filter yet? No. Sawyer does good enough when I use that.
I haven't used a water filter yet.
She hasn't used the filter yet. I don't filter my water if it's coming right out of the or right out of the rock or right out of the mountains. I don't even bother. But if it's looks like it's been on the ground for a long time coming down the mountain and you're a lot lower, then I'll filter it. When I started, I religiously filtered it. Jenny, you don't really need that on the trail. If you're afraid of like, I mean, if it makes you feel better, bear spray would be plenty. And it's got a multi-use. You could use it for bears. You could use it for safety. But everybody has a different, there's no right or wrong answer. My shoes are ultras. I wear the Olympus 4s. I have Lone Peak 6s, 5s, 7, 5, 6s, and I think I don't know if I have a pair. I know I have a pair of 5 and 6s at home, and I have the rain and snow mud. They're almost like a boot type, but the soles are so thin on them. The Olympus are just so much more comfortable, and Hoka Speed Goats are awesome. I've had a pair, but I was told you can't get them in the wide, but apparently now you can. So I might try a pair in the wide. But they were the most comfortable shoe, but the toe box was too narrow for me. A lot of cushion, and it is a zero drop shoe, but with that sole on there, it's like combining a Lone Peaks with a Speed Goat. To me, they work great.
I'm just worried about finishing this trail, not if I'm going to do another trail down the road. So, I'm not planning on doing the PCT.
Yeah, Cindy, I figured Johnny liked that shirt. I could see him using that and walking around drinking a beer in the summer. And he probably knows that I won the snoring award too all the times we've been in the cabin. Yeah, we're putting on some miles. We can hike pretty quick, especially if we're slack packing. We can move. Well, he'll be able to keep up. He's got those big calves. You might have to take the socks off him to relieve all the pressure, though. All them big calves he's got. Miss you guys. Hope everything's going good. How was the Triple Crown? Well, we're in the middle of it right now. We're going to probably finish it tomorrow.
Yeah.
But beautiful. Absolutely love it. Gorgeous sights. Any family that'll come out and hike with you? We get to PA, we might have some little sections and stuff like that, but I don't think for any big distance people will be hiking with us. Well, if they do, that's fine. That's cool. running for president and vice president. I don't know if I'd get into politics.
Sue, he carries a hammock, I carry a tent.
Yep, a tent is a heck of a lot lighter. Her tent is very light. I have my tarp, my hammock, top quilt, underquilt protector, and then I have to carry a pad in case I go to ground or we're in shelter. So I could definitely lighten the load up, but it's working for now, so I'm not gonna mess with it. It's kind of pointless to this part of the program. Hello, Lonnie. What tent?
I have the Gossamer Gear, the one. And I've had it for my last two. Now this is my third attempt for a through hike. And it's worked great. It's got some condensation issues, but just don't set up next to a creek. Which I do, because I like sleeping next to a creek.
Drowns out everybody snoring too. My hammock is hammock gear. My tarp is Dutch wear. My quilts are hammock gear. And I could go lighter with the tarp. And I mean, there's so many. You could get caught up so much in gear. Hi, Scott from Ontario. Thanks for watching. See you in a month and a half. J Main.
Number one is still back further. He was, last we heard, he's down by Boots Off. Yeah. Has to do some work for stays and try to earn a little bit of money here and there before as he goes. So he's slowly moving.
Yeah, I mean, we were close for the first couple 100 miles, and then we kind of lost him, and then we caught up with Mark here recently, but I think he just since we seen him, he jumped up the trail.
Yeah, he was gonna do the Shenandoahs on the 10th with his brother.
Do you ever wish you had toe or hand warmers on the cold mornings? We had them, and we've used them, and they've helped. Throwing one in the foot box too helps a lot. And if you open it just before you go to bed, it'll be good in the morning, and you can use it for the first part of the day too. So yeah, we've used hand warmers.
Yeah, the 18-hour hand warmers work the best, because then you can use them during the day too. So
How much weight have you lost?
well, I'm pretty sure I put some more on over the last couple days, but I was down, I think we were both at almost, what, 27?
Yeah, I'm down about 20, a little over 20, but I eat like crazy. And it doesn't matter if it seems like you keep eating and eating and eating, you're still losing weight. All right, guys. Well, looks like we've been on an hour here. We're probably going to shut her down and snack a little bit before bedtime and hit the road in the morning and head north on the trail.
Absolutely not. I am glad I started in January.
Yeah.
I would not want to start in March and April and be in the bubble.
I would not want to be bumping elbows with somebody hiking on the trail constantly, and with all the, I can't stand the heat and humidity, and then all the bugs flying around your face. When I did the old loggers path a couple times, even the Loyal Sock Trail in Pennsylvania, I had to wear a head net. It was so bad. It was just, I I don't care for hiking in the summer like that. Yeah, I definitely would do it again in the cold.
And the dog's going home tomorrow morning.
All right, guys, thanks for all the kind words, the support, the help, and hopefully we'll be able to get some cool sites for you and stay injury free. And I'm doing this on. We finally got a spot where the reception's good. We get get up the trail a little bit further, and we get connected to some Wi-Fi or some good service. We'll do this again. I'll try and get this thing figured out how I could get it sideways and get a little bit more room on there. But thanks everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. Have a good week, and we'll be in touch.
All right.
Good night.